I've paid my pound of flesh is the price you sometimes pay,
Whether it's
just
a
to be able
hefty
to walk
breast or a
away.
fistful of crotch.
You see, no one tells girls that paying Shylock is sometimes the easiest way to free yourself, just to be able to walk away. I've played acrobat, contorting and bending myself into the negative space of subway cars
to avoid
the press of a hard-on. I didn't ask for it.
Gets poured
Against my back or into my hips, into the hollow below my tailbone. I've slowly inched away when I woke to find strange hands mapping the country of my flesh in the quiet of the night, and I'm pretending to be asleep. You see, I never stamped a visa for you to tour the landscape of my body, but you did it anyway. I've gone cockeyed, focusing on the too close words of a book held high enough to blot out the sight of limp, flaccid way to free yourself, hanging out in the plain sight of day on rattling trains to Brooklyn. I've paid my pound stood, of flesh, stock still, in 17-year-old confusion, just to avoid brushing against the middle-aged man who cornered me in an office perfumed with machine oil and Old Spice. I've used pools of street lamp light to chaperone me block to block, to avoid running shoes from skirt to jeans fitted to loose, just to avoid the would-be's. From heels to running shoes from skirt to jeans fitted to loose, panting past the dark spots. I've studied the dim back seat of cars to make sure they're empty. I've kept my foot hovering above the accelerator when the headlights got just a little bit too close, all to avoid the boogeyman that girls are taught to be out on the lookout for. Prison of potential rape keeps girls and women running, keys wedged in their fists toward the light. I've crisscrossed a rush hour crowd to avoid flashers, ignored their guttural moans as they've touched themselves under the flanks of their coats. I've gone blocks out of my way to avoid pack Kappa frat boys and Wall Street suits roving the city like wolves on the hunt. I've removed hands from my ass, palms from my thighs, fingers creep crawling up a skirt that was hitched on a bar stool. I've pretended that the lurch into my breast was accidental, that copping a feel on the way upright wasn't intentional. Smaller humiliations swallowed to avoid the larger danger. I've serpentined out of the embrace of drunk friends, swatted away the hands of barflies, pried fingers from my knee where they've turned my marks against the sandpaper bristle of a 5 o'clock shadow, hysteria rising into my mouth, pinned against the wall of a bathroom as I tried to wriggle away. Note, a bit of flirtatious banter does not mean a woman wants to fuck you in a toilet stall. I've lived decades with one eye half on something else just to avoid potential harm. Done the math, assessed the risk. I've swallowed down the humiliation and the rage as it rises like bile in my throat. You see, women know that the monster's under the bed. They're real. They're hiding in bushes and in dark entryways, behind the mask of a friend as well. They're hiding behind the mask of a friend, hiding in bushes and they're hiding in boardrooms, their offices, on subway cars and bus shelters. They're lurking on social media and in the lines of blinking instant messages. They're hiding in bushes and in dark entryways, mask of a friend as well. Just because you write about women. They're real. They're waiting for you on Facebook to call you a stupid bitch, and they'll be waiting at the end of this just to type out, I don't believe you. Someday you're going to open us up and the stories will spill out, free at last, hissing and rising into the air like steam from manhole covers blown skyward from the pressure below. And then our stories will rise and form, letters linking to form sentences, and words to form sentences until they form volumes, epics, filled with the weight of 1,000 tiny humiliations, 1,000,000 aggressions, and all the stories of what women have done simply to stay safe. And with them will be the stories of how we've survived when we couldn't.